We've seen the price of fuel drop dramatically. Back in Dubai, the price of Special 95 was 4.52 a litre. Now it's dropped here in October back to 2.92, easing up a lot of money when it comes to the household monthly budget. But what are you doing with that extra money? Are you using it to spend or luxury items? How are you changing the way you spend your money? For more details on this, Sandep Jadwani, the Head of Investment Advisory from Habib Investment Advisory, is joining us once again. Sandeep, thanks for being on the show again.
Hey, hi, thank you. I saw your Instagram update and you're going solo today.
Yes, I am going solo. Neil's on holidays, so we're actually enjoying ourselves.
Lovely.
Yeah, it is.
And some good news coming in as well. I just heard your update on petrol prices. Something to rejoice for.
Yeah, I think so. Given they're constantly coming down, on this, are we seeing a kickback in the economy that people have now got more disposable income and they're perhaps spending more on clothes and entertainment?
Most certainly, there are two things that have eased this time. It is the petrol prices and the summer heat as well, which brings people out of their houses, out of indoor entertainment to outdoor as well. And there are too many activities coming in, and that additional budget will get spent towards those activities and, restaurants and other things as well.
Well, there's a new survey that's come out from Friends Provident International. It shows that UAE consumers are unlikely to axe their spending on non-essential food items like, chocolates and biscuits and those sort of foods. And only 2% said they would cut expenses on a new car or holidays when it comes to changes in the budgets, while purchases such as Netflix and gym memberships and all those sort of things, they would keep. It's very interesting to see when it comes to discretionary spending, Sandeep, what people prioritise, because it seems as though they'll cut back on going out to dinner as long as they can still upgrade to the new phone every 2 years.
I think phone has become an integral part of everyone's lives. They could spend that much with a lot of easy payment plans coming through and a lot of disposable income in people's hands today. So like before, with oil prices going up and petrol prices going up, the discretionary spending was reduced or not expanding. Okay, and people budgeted for all these things. Now with additional budgets freeing up, the discretionary spending away from consumer staples will increase, which includes shopping for things, shopping for branded items maybe, and with prices easing of other things, that will just add on to the spending and motivate people to spend the additional money, because they've not spent so much in the past 2 years. Okay, and we as human beings, we go with behavioral finance and budgeting, and we start feeling rich. You know what is also adding on to people in UAE particularly is the weakening of currencies of other countries and strengthening of the dollar. So there's enough money at hand, not only because of petrol, but other things as well. But petrol being major. I personally remember the fuel tank for my four-wheel car was at 325 dirhams for a full tank. And today that has come down to 240. That's almost a 30% savings, right?
So when it comes down to your finances, are you doing anything different with that money?
I am indeed. I am actually enjoying a lot of new concept restaurants that are coming up. I am not shopping as much, but definitely I'm not giving up on my gym memberships. I'm not giving up on my Netflix and other things, because that has become a habit and over the last 2 years. But we are spending more on healthier things. Okay, even if it's restaurants, it's not just going out and having burgers and chips, but more concept experiences, so to say.
Well, when it comes down to the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, they last week hiked the UAE's growth forecast for this year to 5.1% from its previous projection of 4.2% on the back of those higher oil prices. How long before those the higher oil prices, and the growth of oil, how long before those high oil prices will we see a kickback in the UAE economy?
I think we are already seeing that, because everything said and done, still oil revenues form a major part of the country's GDP. And that additional money with higher fuel prices that comes in to the country, that gets spent towards diversifying into non-oil industries. okay, and which in turn helps us individuals on ground like you and I to spend money on experiences rather than saving and sending money out of the country. The money stays in the circular economy to spend for savings that we make from oil, to spend on discretionary spendings, to spend on increased better eating habits, okay, and not just going for products and services that we may otherwise take it on a regular basis.
Yeah, it certainly does change this time of year. Having been in summer, we are more likely to, as you said, go out and enjoy concept and new styles of restaurants. But when it comes down to that change, that strengthening of the dirham, do we know, is there any research, are people sending more money back home to take advantage of it, or are they perhaps sending less money back home and spending more here, given that the UAE dirham is worth more when they go home, when they send it home?
What has the COVID lockdowns done is they have made people realize that enjoy where you are. Okay, so I could be enjoying in UAE, but still holding on to some mortgages or payments that I have to do back home. And with the dirham strengthening against major countries, or dollar strengthening against major currencies, everyone is enjoying that for the moment. Okay, and make hay while the sun shines, as they say. So everyone's really coming out of the negativities around the COVID that were there for the past 1 year and a half. You have been phenomenal in creating the positive vibes around it and opening up the economy quicker than anyone else. And that is adding on to the confidence of people in UAE to spend on discretionary things rather than just saving and having a negative attitude towards money.
I know there certainly is huge confidence, particularly with the kickback and the flow on of people basing themselves here with the FIFA World Cup.
Correct. So FIFA World Cup, real estate, as I said, all entertainments, right? So this is discretionary spending. I could very well take OSM. Sorry, I could very well take Etisalat membership and say I want to watch FIFA at home. But people will spend towards going and experiencing the World Cup in Qatar, probably using the airlines, using the services, going and coming and spending for the economy. And that's why the national airlines have announced major flights to and from Qatar on a daily basis.
Yes, I know those match day tickets are certainly a very attractive option for many people. As we do look at the price of fuel, I mean, you mentioned that the big 4-wheel drive was costing you over 300 dirhams to fill up. Currently, Special 95 is at 2.92 dirhams. Given the price of oil, are you able to give us a projection or a prediction on where the price of petrol could go, or whether it's going to stay the same next month?
So next month it should go up. There are two reasons for that, because the oil supply has reduced by 200,000 barrels a day. Okay, and that is not a very good sign. This will reduce the supply, and definitely the demand stays up, and we could see prices going up slightly as well. That's already priced in though, but on retail side, it comes in on a monthly basis.
Yes, I know. Well, if it does go up, then we can enjoy going out for dinner a couple of extra times this month before we have to change our monthly spending. Sandep Jadwani, the Head of Investment Advisory from Habib Investment Advisory. It's always a pleasure to speak to you on Talk 100.3.
Thank you so much.